Let's go across to Ashesha. JSW Steel, they announced that they've entered into a strategic 50-50 joint venture partnership with Japan-based JFE Steel Corporation. The equity value of the joint venture is estimated around 31,500 crore. Ashesha, here with a breakdown of that transaction and what it could mean for a JSW Steel.
Well, yes, before we discuss the transaction, let's set the context for you. Now, remember, Bhushan Steel and Power was acquired by JSW Steel way back in 2021, and this was via insolvency procedure for about 19,350 odd crores. So this was the consideration. Back then, it was operating at a capacity of 2.75 million tons per annum, and currently it operates at a capacity of 4.5 MTPA. This is an integrated facility in Odisha. Remember, it was a long-drawn battle for JSW Steel, which finally ended in the month of September this year, with Supreme Court finally clearing all those problems. Now, let's talk about the transaction, which was disclosed by the exchange to the exchanges yesterday. JSW Steel said that BPCL will be transferred to JSW Sambhalpur. This will be via slump sale for a total cash consideration of about 24,480 odd crores. This came into light yesterday after all those problems were solved in September this year, and BPCL was then fully acquired by JSW Steel. Now, as far as the deal is concerned, remember, it is a 50-50 joint venture where JFE Steel, which is a Japanese company, will be investing about 15,750 crores in total. This will be in two tranches. Part of it will be paid by March this year and the balance by September 2026. So they will be investing a total of 15,750 crores. And the deal has been done at a total enterprise value of 53,000 crores for BPCL joint venture. 31,500 crores is the equity value, and the balance 21,500 crores is the debt. Now remember, this debt also includes current debt which BPCL has and the additional debt that they will be taking over. So that's the total enterprise value, 53,500 crore, at which the total transaction has taken place. Let's also talk about the valuation then. This deal values BPSL at 10 times EV to EBITDA versus JSW Steel, which is currently trading at about 9 times EV to EBITDA. So as far as valuation is concerned, there are no complaints. It is largely at par with what JSW Steel is currently trading at. So that's the valuation picture for you. Shifting focus to the 32,000 crore which JSW Steel will be receiving. As I mentioned, part of it will be in March, so it will receive 24,400 crores by March 2026 and the balance 7,600 crores by September next year. So that's the timeline by which JSW Steel will be receiving the total cash as a result of this transaction. Now, how will JSW Steel be utilizing this? One, of course, will be to repay its debt, and we'll talk about that. But before that, JSW Steel and JFE joint venture will also be raising additional 21,000 crore via debt, and this will be paid to JSW Steel, which will then utilize this money to repay the debt, which currently stands at about 80,000 odd crores. So that's the debt profile of JSW Steel. Let's also talk about Bhushan Steel and Power's capacity then. As I mentioned earlier, currently the capacity stands at about 4.5 million tons per annum. They are targeting 10 MTPA capacity by 2030, and they've clarified that they have the ability and the land to increase the capacity to 15 MTPA. Of course, the timeline has not been set, but after 10 MTPA, they can further extend it to 15 MTPA as well going forward, depending on how the demand-supply dynamic shapes up in the future. But the most important benefit to JSW Steel as a result of this transaction will be debt reduction. Currently, their debt stands at about 79,200 crores. This is as on 30th of September 2025. This will reduce by 37,500 crores, and it will now stand at about 42,000 odd crores. So that's the biggest benefit JSW Steel enjoy as a result of this transaction which they have undertaken. They will receive cash, and hence this will be deployed for debt repayment. Now, apart from that, they will also enjoy some other benefits. One, of course, advanced technology from Japanese player for high value production. That is another benefit, and it will also help JSW Steel achieve its capacity expansion plans. Remember, JSW Steel intends to achieve 50 MTPA capacity by FY31, and as a result of this joint venture and as a result of advanced technology that it will receive and get from Japanese player, it will also be able to achieve this capacity expansion. So yes, that's the comprehensive coverage of how the deal is valued. and the kind of benefits JSW Steel will enjoy as a result of this partnership with JFE, which is a Japanese steel company.
Very comprehensive. Thank you so much for that, Ashesha.